Well, hello, folks. Welcome back. Open Pagan Church. Let's wake up Discord. Hello, Discord.
Hello,
Good
good
morning.
morning.
Live Open Pagan Church if anybody cares.
Probably not.
Probably not. Probably not, but that's alright. We did a little bit of changing on the background of Open Pagan Church, make it look a little more homey, I guess. Fireplace blowing in the background there.
Where?
On Open
Flame's
Pagan
not
Church.
dancing.
Jeez Louise. Where, she says. Sounds like my daughter when I tell her, go get something off the counter, and she's looking up at the ceiling going, where?
Female.
Hey. Alright. Let's see. Everything looks right. What are we talking about? Damn, I look old. That's probably because I am old.
I'll leave that alone. I'll leave that one alone.
Hey. Took me 58 years to get to look this good, so shut up.
Ooh, touchy.
Alright, so what are we talking about? Well, I don't.
Okay, we got someone new in here. Who do we have? Twisted Raven? In Discord?
I see that.
Can you talk to us?
Twisted Ravens 85.
He's typing.
Hello. Well, welcome to the Discord version of Open Pagan Church. We have in our live stream on Facebook areas where people can type in questions, or you can type them into Discord. That's simply up to you. Or if you have a mic, speak up. Clint says, good morning, everyone, in all caps. Boy, he's excited this morning.
Always.
Always, he says. Well, looks like,
You're about to get a Sandy.
am I about to get a Sandy?
Yes, you are.
Last time I had a Sandy, it was 65-mile-an-hour winds blow up out of nowhere on Galveston. It was real sandy.
Oh, is that Sandy Twisted?
No.
Oh. Oops.
So, anyway, at the time of this broadcast, damn, I lost what I was going to say. At the time of this broadcast, it is Litha, so happy Litha to you folks, and happy Father's Day in America if you're listening from another country. Absolutely happy Litha. So our topic today, if nobody has looked, is, are you a weekend pagan? And what's funny as hell is the person that wanted this discussion is not here.
Isn't that typical?
Well, Clint says, morning, Jamie. Hugs. So apparently she's in chat and I just don't see her. So, are you a weekend pagan? Well, I know for me, I'm a 24/7 pagan because it's my faith. It is what I am, and
Female.
I am who I am, says Popeye the Sailor Man. Jamie says she needs a link to Discord.
Getting there.
Jamie
Hang on.
lost her link. Bless her heart.
Hang on, Jamie.
Don't send her the invite. Just send her the link to the Open Pagan Church. She's already a member.
I know.
I know. Can we tell I'm killing a little time?
Suck it down, bro. Suck it down.
Man, you know it. You know it. Got that.
Alright, it's posted, Jamie.
Got that Zeus vapor cloud going on, man. Got rid of the wire coil, went with a mesh, much smoother on the vape.
Woohoo!
Cool.
Gotta have my vapor smooth. Hemp, I don't sound like an old drug head. Oh, wait, I am an old drug head. Damn, fire it up. Kickstart that lung, get that shit going.
Oh yeah. Smoke another one here in a minute.
See, since I started vaping, I don't cough near as much.
There she is.
Yep,
Aileen. Ah.
Hi. Let me go in the house so.
Lady
We got
Blue
the
Eyes.
effect going.
That's Sandy, right?
Ah,
Yep.
that would be a Sandy. Oh my goodness.
Yep, it's me.
Damn, Mama's in the house. I can't cuss no more.
Shit, yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
I've always been in the house. I've been next to Lester.
Oh, bless your heart. You poor thing.
Nah.
I've been next to Lester for years, much to his dismay.
Both are dismays.
Ah, well.
We're two peas in a pod. The only problem is the pod died a long time ago.
True that. Yeah, we never found another pot to get because I think the old one rotted out.
Yeah, we the two peas that got left on the vine after the farmer pulled it out the ground and threw it in the trash pile.
Well, there is
Okay.
that. Yep. Yep.
Jamie, I sent you a link in paid messenger.
Yep, there she is.
Woohoo!
Jamie, can we hear you this morning?
I don't know. I can't even hear myself.
Ah, there she is. Well,
Anybody else stay up last night and watch sunrise this morning at Stonehenge?
no,
Yes.
I didn't even know it
I
was
thought
on.
about doing that, but I
I
didn't get a
did.
chance
It was
to.
awesome.
Okay, I don't know what you were watching because it rained, and so yeah, the sun came up, and
It-
yep, there was
it- it
silent
was-
feed.
In the same, yep. Awesome rain.
I didn't sit up and watch it. My old ass was sleeping.
I waited a month and a half to sit and watch sunrise.
Let the sun rise at Stonehenge. That would be an amazing view, I think.
Next time, I think I'm just gonna go there.
There you go. Have at it. So, Jamie, your topic. What is your opinion? Now be nice, we're a family program. What is your opinion of a weekend pagan, my dear lady?
Kind of goes hand in hand with what we were talking about last week, but a weekend pagan is someone who basically they play pagan on the weekends, and they're all about all the drippings and the dressing and the gear and the jewelry.
Uh-oh. I think she blew up her phone.
I hate my phone.
We all know people like that.
So, in other words, a weekend pagan is much like a weekend any other religion. Weekend Christian, weekend Jew, weekend Muslim. Part-time in your religion
Yes.
when it suits you.
Exactly. Thank you for saving me.
Oh, hell, I hope I'm going to pronounce his name right.
Just say twist.
Yeah, we'll just call him Twist. Him, her, whatever, don't want to assume. Says I have her.
Oh,
Okay,
her.
there you go. Cool. I have a visible tattoo. I don't hide it. Me either.
Oh yeah, we do too.
I've got tattoos on my now for the type of work I'm in. Out of respect, I do wear short sleeve shirts, so all of my tattoos are above my shirt line. But yeah, if you're watching the broadcast, I don't know if you are or not, showing off my little tattoos there just for a second, I guess. If anybody wants to see my old ass arms, but anyway, shut up, Lester. So, let's think about this for a moment. I've lost jobs because I am an out of the closet pagan and have been for over 20 years. And the last job I lost, y'all will probably remember about the time, was when the Olympics were held in England, and they used the Tree of Life as their opening ceremony.
I remember that.
Well, one of the temp jobs I had was on a Outlook email migration team, and we were sitting at lunch on my first day, and the rednecks were going off about, and I quote, the stupid English and their stupid Tree of Life and what is all that shit about. So anybody that knows me knows I had to answer the question, didn't I?
Of course.
Absolutely.
And this older of the bunch, digital hillbilly sitting to my right, says, "What are you, some kind of pagan?"
Uh-oh.
I said, well, matter of fact, I am. Thank you for recognizing that. Yeah, the next day when I walked in for work, they told me to gather my stuff, and I did not fit their company criteria to meet that position, and was hastily walked out the door.
I remember that. Oh yeah.
Now, here's an honest question, and Debbie posed, why do you have to display your faith?
You don't. That was my entire point. But there's a way that people behave and act when they are of one faith or another that they don't, and it's not about necessarily displaying it, it's not hiding.
Right. And I've seen some that, now, being an old guy, okay, I'm gonna kind of show my age here, so y'all forgive me.
Yeah.
We're not old, Don. We're not old.
Speak for yourself. My body
Just
tells
well seasoned.
Well, yeah, it depends on the season. Um, and it depends on whether or not I can get out of bed in the morning. Um,
Also depends on the season.
well, yeah, you know, yeah, barometric pressure and all that. Um, I guess one could say I have a personal issue with someone who has pentagrams tattooed on their forehead. Number one, I have some very large tattoos and the damn things hurt. I could just imagine getting a tattoo on my face. Now, I'm not calling anybody out, and I don't have a quote problem with it in retrospect. It's just kind of like, be who you are. And I've never liked, okay? Now, understand, we have two Christians that join us on Sunday. Very open-minded folk. One of them I've known for, oh good God, well over 20 years, and the other one, bless her heart, I hadn't met her yet, but she's the wife of my brother, so she's family to me. But they're not in-your-face Christians, and I've never liked in-your-face Christians. I have a problem with them. But I've also never liked in-your-face pagans.
Email.
Now, in my
Amen.
own... Right? No, blessed be.
Oh yeah, sorry.
But, you know, in my own admittance, when I first made the conversion to the pagan theology and really started studying the pagan philosophy, I found myself, and I know Lester can remember these days, I found myself marginally radicalized, and out of self-defense, I found myself becoming a in-your-face pagan. Morning, Dave.
Absolutely.
But for the newer generation, I won't necessarily say the younger generation, but for the newer generation coming into the pagan philosophy,
Yeah.
do you have to be an in-your-face pagan?
No.
No.
Nowadays, if you be an in-your-face pagan, it's too much radical behavior, as I can say it, in the world, and it might backlash and hurt you.
Now, get you hurt, yeah.
Yeah, get you hurt bad.
You guys will love this. Next weekend, I get to go and hang out all day Saturday with a Nash group of newbie pagan people, newbie Wiccan people in southern Minneapolis area. It should be a blast.
Oh, yes.
Blessed be in all the flying pentagrams.
Poof.
Good morning. Good morning, Dave.
Ah, morning, Dave. Yeah, he's in chat. Okay, there he is. So, Dave says, I like your background. Yeah, I thought I would kind of lighten it up a little bit, have a little fun with it. Maybe choose some different backgrounds and what have you. Jamie, you're druid. That's gonna be, what I would give to be a fly on the wall to watch you in that surroundings.
It's going to be a walk through the idea of being a little bit restrained and a lot of bit understanding, and I'm taking like 8 paper boxes filled with pagan books to sell, so if they want to buy them, they can take them home and become educated.
There you go. There you go.
I am officially getting rid of 99% of my pagan life.
Yay!
Wow. For you to
I
part,
realized I have not cracked the cover on any of them in probably 15 years.
yeah, but what difference does it make? You've got them. Some of them are collector's items, I'm sure.
Then they should be worth more money.
That's bad.
Well, let me ask you guys a question, and I would like for everyone to answer this in their own way, if you will. How how are you not a weekend pagan?
Say again?
How how do you not be a weekend pagan?
Huh, huh. Okay, for me, weekend pagan means just do your, like, come on here and do this, and then, nothing else during the week. With me, it's like I get up in the morning, I talk to my council and talk to Dee Dee, um, and every day I do that. But also, if I go out in the community, if someone's needing, like, there's a person on the side of the road asking for money, I'll look at them and say, I'm pagan. I do good deeds. I will do a good deed once a day, maybe small, little, whatever. So, and to me, that's my paganism coming out to my community. That would be every day for me. And checking with the community, friends I check with online, or people, with you guys, check in with the family, check in with your friends every day or so, or a few times a week, to see how they're doing spiritually and how their emotions. That's how I do it.
Okay. Anybody else?
Oh, great polar bear!
Yeah, I'm not great. I'm just polar bear. Every day, I run across people, and I'm sitting there. I don't say anything, and they'll start coming at me about this and that, and they'll ask me like a little question, and I said, "Do you really want to know the answer?" And they'll say yes. Like the other day when I was doing a placement splicing, I was talking to the pastor of the church that we were splicing in. Me and him started getting into a discussion and everything. I said, well, you have your stuff and I have my stuff. I said, I believe in old school before Christianity or anything else. But we all have a similar philosophy about stuff, but we're all different. So I'm pagan. I'm always been pagan. Just didn't know it at the time, but I'm open about it. You have a blessed day.
Well done. Well done. Good morning, Lonnie. Came into chat in Facebook. Now, you guys that are listening to Discord that are not in the Facebook feed, feel free to post your text or your comments or your questions, and I'll read them online. So, anybody else, how are you not, shall we say, a weekend, whatever your religion, whether it's pagan, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, whatever, how are you not a weekend religion? Anybody?
For me, I walk my path every day 24/7. So if anybody talks to me and there's any kind of a topic that has an opinion or a question or whatever, then I answer it as completely authentically me. And it takes about a half a second for somebody to notice that I'm not your normal Sunday Christian person who's going to answer you, telling you that you need to go talk to Jesus about it.
Well, do we not talk?
I'm always me. That's it.
Right. And, on that, do we not talk to our deity daily?
Absolutely, that's not what I meant. What I meant is that there's a lot of people that will defer to to a cop-out idea of, well, I don't know the answer, so I'm just gonna like throw it to somebody else. I don't necessarily do that. I will tell them, like the gentleman earlier said, I will tell them, look, this is what history says. This is what I believe, and it is what it is. I don't ever hide it, I guess is my point. As I am not a weekend pagan in that I deal with everything in my life based on my faith.
Right, right. And I do want to announce this real quick. We've got some storms blowing in. It's starting to lightning and thunder out there. So if I disappear, it's because we've lost power.
Shit happens.
Well, you are in Texas, so if you disappear, we might wonder if you went up with the latest twister.
Bite your tongue. Yeah, so I mean, huh?
Twisted says be safe on Discord.
Be safe. Thank you very much. Twisted, if you're comfortable, where are you at? Where are you from? Watch him say something like Valhalla or some shit. Lonnie says I'm more solitary, pagan, witch, and yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with solitaire. In fact, solitaire is actually really becoming more a thing by choice than it is a thing by design. 20 or 30 years ago.
Twist said she's from Ohio.
Ohio. Beautiful country up there, I hear. Never been to Ohio.
Oh.
What?
Don, have you ever been north of the Mason-Dixon line, Don?
No, yeah. Well, kinda.
I have several times.
I did go to New Jersey and then hopped over to New York to meet a long-lost uncle many years ago. And then my crazy self flew back to New Jersey to help a friend of ours and her kids move to Texas. So I drove a U-Haul truck with one woman, 2 teenagers, and a bird from New Jersey to Texas.
That was fun.
It took everything I had not to throw the bird out the window. The kids were no problem.
I bet.
But that chattering, chirping, talking, pissy bird, yeah.
You'd be pissy if you were stuck in a cage your whole life.
Lonnie said she's more of a solitaire pagan witch. But are you a weekend or do you 24/7, Lonnie?
Oh, well, no. Lonnie, I can tell you before she answered, Lonnie's 24/7 pagan. We've not had a whole lot of time to talk.
Yeah.
But Lonnie and her mate are really good people.
You know what bothers me is when people go to church or wherever they go to worship on Sunday, and then during the week they act totally different. They act two-faced.
Well, that's
and I cannot stand that.
Exactly.
I'm not perfect, and I don't say that I am. I try to practice my faith all the time, but I'm gonna mess up. I don't claim to be perfect.
Yeah, but it's in that very thing, Sandy, that we've always tried to get across to in our community, in the pagan community, in every community, irregardless, no matter what religion you are, you have part-timers, you have two-facers, and you have the radicalist.
See, that's what, I don't like that.
Oh, I don't either. It absolutely.
No one really does, baby.
Say what?
I said no one really does.
No. You know, it's funny as hell. Even the radicalists don't like the radicalists, but they're the first one to join them in radicalist behavior. And
You know what he means by that, baby, right? The Bible thumpers?
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, I mean, and this is the thing that's always chapped my butt, and using plain language, and I apologize if I offend anyone, but the mentality of I can shag my neighbor on Saturday and go out and get saved on Sunday.
Hang on a second. I'm already saved, so when I go out and shag someone, I'm already forgiven.
I'm biting my tongue. And I don't have a whole lot of teeth to bite my tongue with.
And they're the ones that act like they know it all.
Oh, of course.
And I'm here to tell you, because my daddy was a preacher, that they do not know it all. I know more than they do.
Well, the split second any of us think we know it all, we need to be put out of our misery and just call it done.
Right. Right.
You guys, I have to
Just
share this
admit that
because
you don't
it's
know
fun.
it all. Just admit that you don't know it all. But here's what I do know.
You guys, I have to share this. So let's hope my phone doesn't die in the middle. I have a girlfriend who died a couple years ago who I grew up with, and her brother grew up to be a minister of an Assembly of God's. So we keep going back and forth on Facebook about what's going on in our country and what's going on with the poor children in dog kennels on the southern border and all of the other things that are going on. This last week, I actually said something that he had to concede that I was right. He never thought about it that way, and that's a really great. I almost fell off my chair.
Yeah, it's kind of nice sometimes when you say something that shuts them up.
I said, all those things about love your brother, love your neighbor as yourself, don't judge other people, all those things. Does any of that ring a bell?
No, a lot of that's gone out the window as of late.
Oh, yeah.
I do want to read from the chat area. Lonnie, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Lonnie says her practice is simple day to day. She says, my faith is not formal, but more folk gardening daily, allowing myself time to be quiet and appreciate the world around me and that I wish to protect. Absolutely. She goes on to say, I'm a bit dark. I take the time to appreciate death, the entity. Yep, absolutely. From a shaman standpoint, we're a little bit on the gray side. We can kind of sort of go whichever way we need to, I guess, as far as if you consider the term dark and light. Okay. I know druids do the same thing. Jamie, correct me if I'm wrong.
You're not wrong.
There is no dark and light, really. And Sandy and Lester, correct me if I'm wrong here, Christians are the same way too, if you think about it from a human aspect. Thank you, Lonnie.
Very much.
Yeah.
So, being who we are.
Be right back.
All right. Let's see. Twitch. Twitch says I have a group of friends who I have rituals with, but I'm mostly solitary. Yeah, you know, and like I say, thank you, Lonnie. Like I say, most of us nowadays, especially nowadays, as of around January or February of 2020, we've all had to go pretty much solitaire. Now, in the area where I now live, I don't have a space for gathering in circle. So most of my practice has kind of become solitaire. And of course, I've said this before, that in our part of the house, I can't light candles. Our cats think the flame on a candle is fun to play with.
It is.
Yeah, but they have no sense of preservation.
What do you expect?
Right, but most cats have a natural fear of heat and fire. Well, we have three. Two of them want to take their paw and sit it on top of the flame. I'm like, no, stupid, that will burn you. And my daughter...
I know people like that.
Well, true.
Just taking curiosity killed the cat a little bit too far.
Yeah, and you know, if my wife is doing cookies or something in the oven, Debbie says you need to train them right. Yeah, well, these are not trainable. If my wife is doing something in the oven, two of them want to get in the oven and see what's cooking.
Oh my God.
Moving fireballs through your house could be kind of dangerous.
Yes, it could.
Yes,
Well, then there's my daughter's cat, who is almost a 30-pound, 4.5-foot long block of attitude.
Bobcat?
You would think, but not really. He likes to play with candles, batting them around on the floor once he knocks them off or whatever it is they're on while they're lit. And I get it, Debbie. You know, Debbie says bullshit, you can train cats. Okay, no. I have never been able to train cats.
That's what a spray bottle for.
I've tried that. They don't care.
They look at it, it's like, yeah, right.
Pretty much. Now, I've met Debbie's cats. Debbie lives in Scotland. I have met her cats, and yes, she has them quite well trained. Twitch says she has a cat. She doesn't mess with my candles. She says I switched to battery-operated candles because being in a apartment, you can tell I don't have my glasses on, just in case my youngest child gets too close. Yes, battery-operated candles. We have them. To me, it's not the thing.
The funnest thing is when you set up a Christmas tree.
Tell 'em what we
You
did,
know
baby.
what? There's this wonderful time in history when people actually were pagans and they ran around and they honored their gods and they celebrated their holidays and their festivals, and they didn't have any of the trappings. They just had them and the world around them, and they didn't have anything else.
But see, that's what I do. I mean,
Exactly.
Every day at work, I am a pagan. Every day that I'm dealing with my parents and my family, I'm pagan. And I've had people at work ask me, how is it that no matter what kind of day you're having, when you answer the phone, you're always very, very nice and very plausible. You're always very professional and you're very upfront and honest. Short answer,
That's
I'm
how we roll.
yeah, well, yeah, but short answer is I'm comfortable with myself. And folks, I really actually think that is the whole thing in a nutshell.
Well, yeah, if you're not comfortable with yourself and with what you know, how can, you know, how can you not answer other people's questions honestly? You know what I'm saying?
I do. I do. Yeah. And, you know, it's in that very thing that, number one, you have to accept who you are. And for me, personally, once I became comfortable with who and what I am, then I found it less of a problem to accept others for who and what they are.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not threatened by people I talk to on a daily basis that says, you know, and you got to understand a lot of, I work in a quote faith-based organization. Choke. um, so I've had people, when I fix their computer, say, thank you, Jesus, for sending this man to me to fix my computer. Well, there's two ways I could react to that, but, you know, I just simply say thank you. And anybody that knew my boss in Beaumont when I was teaching computers for HUD, she was a Baptist evangelist.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
Right.
OMG.
Now, understand she was a very sweet lady. She'd do anything for anybody. And for the first couple of years, she found herself very defensive about her Christian philosophy because she knew from the start I was pagan. But when she found out that I could be, at that point, because I started with them in the year 2000. Well, no, actually it was mid to late 99 because we were getting ready for the 2000 changeover. And she finally broke down one time in 01 or 02, and she brought her chair into my office and set it down, and I thought, oh hell.
Here we go.
Here we go. She said, I owe you an apology. And of course the first thought in my mind is, okay, I'm fixing to get fired. You know. I said, okay, for what? And she said, as you know, we have a new preacher. I said, yeah, you told me about that. And she said, my preacher has set out to tell me how wrong I am for judging you as a pagan minister.
Perfect timing.
She says, I need to apologize to you for judging you as a pagan minister. I said, why? She said, my preacher gave me a 1-hour dissertation on where paganism came from. This is a Baptist preacher speaking, let me get this right. An African.
We like this guy.
I never met the guy, but I wanted to. Now, here we go. An African American Southern Baptist preacher. At that time, she said he was in his 50s, and he set her down and gave her a history lesson in where Christianity originally came from. So I'm listening to this woman, and the look on my face is seriously that of the deer in the headlights look, because she's unloading all of this on me, and she's in tears. Because she just knows she's going to hell for judging me when her own Canaan in her own Bible says, "Judge ye not, yet ye be judged."
Mhm.
And when it was all said and done, we stood up, I gave her a hug, and I said, "Okay, think about something." And that was the first time I had ever used the term part-time pagan. I said, "Let me ask you a question. Are you a part-time Christian?" She said, "No, I don't think so." I said, "Okay, I'm not a part-time pagan." And I said, when I took the oath as a pagan minister, I took the oath to accept, irregardless of whether or not I agree. But I took the oath to accept all religions as a part of the bigger whole, and started the study of everyone is actually looking for the same thing.
Absolutely.
We want to be happy. We want to live our lives. We want to practice our faith. And of course, I had to say this. I said, we want to dance naked around a circle whenever the hell we want to.
But you had to throw that in there.
Have you ever seen a black woman blush? It's kind of cute. But I said, it's not the idea that
Did you invite her?
No.
No. No.
No.
You wouldn't know anything about it this woman.
No. Get me wrong. She was a sweetheart. I'm sure she's still alive. She was about 5 or 6 years older than I am. But being who we are allowed us to work out the rest of my tenure there without an issue. Because she would come to me for alternative ideas when she was spiritually counseling someone in the complex and it wasn't working. And she would say, "Okay, I know I may regret asking this." But she would say, "How would you handle it?" I said, "Well, the first thing is if you think they're full of shit, you need to call them on it." "What?" "Yeah." I said, "Don't patronize someone else's bullshit. Don't placate somebody that's full of crap." And I said, when someone is hiding behind the Bible, it's because they have something to fear outside of themselves. And I think that's the whole thing in a nutshell that those of us that have been in the pagan philosophy for years realizes about every religion on the planet. When you come out and you're a radicalist, and you come out and you're two-faced, and you're a part-time, we'll call it a part-time religion, whether it's pagan or other religions. When you're a part-timer, number one, I think you have a problem with dedication.
Yeah.
Number two, I think you're hiding from something that's deeper than what's being displayed on the outside. What do y'all think?
I totally agree. I don't think you're being an authentic person if you can't be true to everything that you believe and that you.
Right? Clint, you were going to say something?
Yeah, case in point, when I first started out, I didn't know what I was, and when I finally figured out and felt everything, I'm full time, not just part time like most people are.
Right, right. So, and
If,
go ahead.
if you think about like today, for example, we.
Jamie, your phone freaked.
Uh-oh. It's the same as being a parent, like Happy Father's Day to everybody. But if you walked around pretending or not mentioning that you were a parent when everybody else was displaying their children or whatever, it's not being an authentic person to yourself.
True, true. And, you know, Debbie also says something that absolutely makes sense. She says everyone hides something or hides from something. No single being on the planet is exactly what they appear to be or say they are. It's being human.
Debbie, you're awful deep this morning.
She gets that way. You ought to hear some of the conversations she and I have while I'm in Scotland and we're riding down the countryside. Some of it needs to be recorded because some of it's pretty interesting.
Well, you don't
I want to go with.
Yeah, let's all go with you.
Right. Lester, you
We all go on that
Hey, Debbie,
t-shirt.
plan breakfast. We're all coming.
Hers should be lunch. What would it be? Lunchtime right now? Yeah.
A little after, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, we've reached about the end of our hour. Dang it. So, I do want to put a plug in. We'll bugger off here and get ready for Live with the Shaman at 11 a.m. Central. Do what?
One quest. I have a close family member that I've known for a very long time that his daughter has the virus and they're in the hospital.
Well,
Her name.
go ahead.
So, special request to my pagan friends, low energy. His name is Doc, and her name, I can't remember it, but Doc's daughter, just put.
All right, all right. Now, for those of you that don't already know, you're welcome to join in on Live with the Shaman at 11 a.m. Central Time. It is an adult channel and we do use strong language, but we usually talk about shaman topics and we like to have a lot of fun. So that's Live with the Shaman coming up at 11 a.m. Central Time. And you don't have to be shaman to join, you're welcome. But on that note, let's think about this. If you're only in your religion for some place to belong, if you're only in your religion because you have no place else to be, then I think perhaps you're in it for the wrong reasons.
Definitely.
If you're going,
Hallelujah, brother.
that too. If you're going to be pagan, there are thousands of different denominations of paganism that we call paths that will choose you, or you can choose them, whatever. But do not, one of the things we don't allow on this channel is Christian bashing or any other religion bashing. though we do make comparatives.
Yeah, 'cause I'm liable to bash back.
Come on with it, brother. Come on. And but be yourself. Be who you are. I do say if being an asshole is who you are, maybe you might want to rethink that. Because
Oh, come on now.
Oh,
Well,
we have to
It's
balance.
worked for you, Don.
hey, shut up. I'm not an asshole most of the time. Sometimes
Oh, you the horses.
You're
I'm the horse
horse's
today.
ass.
Yeah. Somebody used to call me a winged jackass, so there you go. Well, guys, I'll tell you, thank you for watching. It's been a really good conversation as always. The never expiring link, if you're watching in any of our archives, the never expiring link for Discord is there. As you can tell, we have a lot of fun. Be heard. We'll see you next time here on Open Pagan Church. Have a wonderful week. Blessed Litha. Happy Father's Day.
Later, folks.